Manga-Waido.
My name is Haruto. I work at a small real estate firm in the countryside. My father-in-law runs the company that I work at. After being hired straight out of college, I had been working hard to support this company. One evening, 2 years ago, I was called up by the CEO. Are you interested in marrying my daughter? What? Me with Rika? I was hoping you could run the company eventually. What do you say? I don't think it's a bad deal. Of course, it's a little too good to be true. I was shocked at the abruptness of everything, and he just patted my shoulder saying, think about it. His daughter was beautiful.
Haruto-san, hello.
Hello, ma'am. I had no reason to say no, and we got married in an instant. After getting married, we were doing well for a few months. But eventually, she started staying out late. I'm not good enough for her. About a year and a half later, we were both completely distant from each other. There was one thing that supported me through thick and thin, though.
I love it! I would have picked this place.
Great, let me put in the paperwork.
Thank you so much for helping me out.
I'm glad that you found somewhere that you like. I loved working in real estate, where you work very closely with people around you. Then, one day, I was invited out by my college best friend, Toru, to go to a reunion. After the reunion, you live nearby, right? Let's drink at your place. Come on, I'll convince your wife. I want to relax and talk to you, man. Okay, sure. I said okay, but I was sure Rika would be upset that I randomly brought a friend over. However, Toru worked in real estate as well, so I wanted to hear him out. I was worried as I went home, but Rika had already been there. Hey, Rika-san! Oh, it's been so long! You're seriously good looking, huh?
Thanks.
No, seriously! I'm so jealous of him! She was smiling from those silver-tongued devil's charming words. He was good looking and fun to be around, so he'd always been popular. He was kind of easy though. Some people didn't like him because he was a little dirty, but he talked to me even though I was so shy, so I liked him. Whatever the case, I appreciated that she wasn't upset that we were there. After we drank again, I fell asleep immediately. The next morning, I was worried about what Rika would say when I headed to the kitchen.
Good morning, I have breakfast ready.
Oh, morning.
Toru-san, about another bowl?
Okay, sure. He stayed over? Being blackout drunk was my fault, but she seemed to be in a good mood and offered him food. I was happy she wasn't upset, but I was a little confused by her attitude. Nothing happened for a while, but then something happened at work. Can you please rethink my project? Don't act like you know the business after working it for a few years. You just listen to me. But please, our future. Enough. This talk is over. My father-in-law, who ran the place, had different thoughts from me. I needed to make a proposal he'd agreed with. I took it home and started working on it and found Rika slightly tipsy. It wasn't that rare anymore for her to be intoxicated during the day. She noticed me and started talking to me as if to mock me.
You're working so late at night. Daddy doesn't care about you.
It's important, so I need him to look.
What? Who do you think you are? You just shut up and listen to Daddy.
Hey, what the hell?
You're such an idiot. Loser.
I could smell a hint of cologne of her leaving. Wait, fruits. Is she cheating? She would often stay out of the house at night. We were no longer close, and I could smell cologne coming from her. Honestly, I was suspicious. I was worried about my job and private life, but I had taken someone to a nearby place. It's close to the station and it's convenient. Right! Oh, I think it's within my reach too. I was talking to my customer, and right before I went to the next location. Huh? That girl looks like Rika. Wait, that's Toru? No matter how much I looked, it was clearly my wife and best friend. Middle of the day, they weren't worried about people looking. They had their arms intertwined and stuck close together. They went into the Love Hotel alley, and I was just shocked. After we finished looking around the rooms, I don't even remember making it back to the office. No way. Toru and Rika. I had been worried about her cheating, but I was shocked to learn it was with him. Maybe I just saw something wrong, but I couldn't ignore what I thought I saw. The next day, I brought Toru to the cafe and talked to him. I saw you with Rika go into the Love Hotel alley. I saw you two! Seriously? You really can't get away with it, huh? He didn't even seem to care. What the hell? You slept with my wife! Sorry, she likes me more than you. He was grinning and I honestly felt like vomiting with how much anger I had. I felt stupid for ever thinking he was my best friend. Anger, sadness, hatred, all my emotions were mixed together. But no matter how much I yell at him, he wouldn't care. I decided. I left him and walked out. After I got home, I told Rika and her father-in-law that I was going to divorce, but...
Ew, you're jealous? Gross. Daddy said I could do what I want after I get married too.
Just like she said, if you want to complain, leave. I figured that would happen, but I could feel myself getting colder and colder. Okay, we'll begin a divorce then. I said divorce clearly, and they were worried for an instant, but... I helped your useless ass this much. It's your fault for not being able to keep her interested.
Toru is so much better than you at your job. I'd love to divorce you.
No damages and no shared assets either. Understood. I was boiling with rage, but I kept it to myself. The next day, I saw Toru come into my house as I left. Yo, Haruto, you leaving? Sorry about everything. Good luck with your job. Rika, her father-in-law, and Toru were all pretty terrible people. I told them without hesitation. Good luck paying off the loans, too. Huh? Oh, this house has a lot of loans taken out. Oh, didn't you know? Oh, you're such a bitch, dude. Loans are part of your wealth, didn't you know? He was bluffing and acting tough, but clearly shaken up. He probably didn't know about it at all. She didn't stop her spending habit, and she had a lot of debt. The company wasn't really moving along with the times and had a lot of debt as well. I was working my ass off to keep it working, but I'm sure that'll end soon. Haruto, you whine like a dog now? Loser. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. See ya. He reminded me of something, acting tough. A yapping chihuahua. Now that he knew the truth, I'm sure they'll have a lovely talk. It has nothing to do with me anymore, though. I felt great and left without looking back. I was actually lucky to be able to divorce them without a care in the world. If I had lawyers come in, it would have taken a long time and they probably would have dragged it out for years. It was just a waste of time and money. I lost my job and my wife. Am I being too nice? Nah, I have a reason I backed off. After I found a job, I learned a lot and gained a lot of experience. I had a wealth of connections. I had a few tactics that I had up my sleeve as well. Things didn't work like they used to back in the day, so we had to work on real estate renovations. We would buy real estate with little value, flip it, and resell it for a reasonable price after it had been brought to modern-day levels of comfort. It was pretty new to me, but I was willing to try. My father-in-law, however, was not. But I could execute my plan now. Thank you so much for coming to help. I am excited to be your partner. No, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you, guys.
Let's work this out.
I had a lot of connections with designers and architects. They had invited me out to work this renovation business from quite a while back. My divorce went through smoothly, and I didn't think about them at all going forward. I started a new company with my connections, and the sales were growing rapidly. In 3 years, we would be able to secure a solid presence in the area. Imagine that, getting a divorce and suddenly everything runs smoothly. My feelings were a little complicated, but my daily life was busy and fulfilling. But then, someone told me something. Oh, by the way, your old boss? He apparently passed away. Huh? I heard that my father-in-law had passed. His business was struggling, so it might have been stress, huh? He was apparently in the hospital for a little while back. After the divorce, Rika and my old boss were still trying to fix things that I had left. However, the company wasn't improving and the CEO died. There were a lot of things that happened, but the reason I'm here is because of him. I need to say goodbye, even if from a distance. I went to the funeral. However, the funeral was a lot smaller than I thought, and Rika noticed me.
You came, huh?
Yeah, I figured I'd pay my respects.
Great. I had something I wanted to talk to you about. Let's fix things.
Huh?
I'm sorry about that. Toru just forced himself on me, and please come back to me. I was being fooled by Toru. Seriously, what a useless man. He said he worked at a big company, but he did nothing.
In other words, she couldn't leech off of him anymore, so she needed another ATM. But it didn't end there. Toru came to me too. Haruto! Oh, sorry about that. This dumb girl forced her on me.
Dumb girl?
Shut up! Your company's doing well, I hear. I think I can help you out. Let me in on this. Man, both of them really deserve each other. I almost respected them. Of course, I wasn't kind enough to just offer a helping hand. Rika-san, you got married to someone you love more than me. You should be happy. Toru, debt is part of your wealth. Good luck. We're never going to see each other again. Bye.
Haruto-san!
Hey, Haruto! I shook the two off like a bad case of fleas and walked away. I heard that the company that they inherited went under, and they had quite a few loans from suspicious places, so they were spending their lives working god-awful jobs to pay it off. After a while, I heard from one of my friends that they were getting pushed into a van and disappearing. I, on the other hand, was doing well and got engaged to one of the women, an interior designer that I had been dating for a while. We were sharing a goal, and I was able to chase my dreams every day. Thank you, Rika, Toru. I'm able to live happily thanks to you two. I'll say a prayer for you two.
My name is Yujiro Yamase. I run a small pub. This was a small store that my late wife Mayumi inherited from her mother-in-law. She passed away 2 years ago due to cancer, and ever since, I've been running this place. I met her when I was in middle school. I was in the fine arts club, and when I became a sophomore, Mayumi joined the club. She was very cute, and many of the boys were excited for her arrival. Yujiro, I'm going for her, so you make sure to keep your hands to yourself. Sure. My friend, whom I got along with the most at the time, Koji Yasuda, kept flirting with Mayumi. However, Mayumi didn't care about the good-looking man that Koji was. She only cared about me. And then...
I was looking at your work at the culture fair last year. I've been a fan ever since.
she confessed to me out of the blue. That's how we got closer and started dating. Koji was pretty pissed off after he found out that we were dating. You're not my friend anymore! I couldn't even explain anything to him. I just stopped talking to him completely after that. Afterwards, we kept dating, and after we graduated college, we got married. A few years later, we had a daughter, Yuzuki, and we were having a great time. One day, something happened when Yuzuki was in 5th grade. We finished a parent-teacher conference, and we were all having a party after the meetings. I was an office worker at the time, but I was helping out since I was off. But while everyone was having a great time, the door suddenly slid open. Yasuda, how long are you gonna take, man? Come on! When I was changing at home, my kids got a hold of me. Hello, sir. Would you like a beer? Wait, Koji? There was Koji, staring right back at me in the flesh. You're kidding! Yujiro? And Mayumi? I was a little worried for a split second. But Koji? Seriously? I can't believe I would stumble into you two! Wait, are you two running this store or something? Spoke to me like he had completely forgotten about the past. He seemed like he was genuinely happy to see us. He came by our store every once in a while after this. He was married and had a kid that just started elementary school. We were both old men now. We'd moved past our differences when we were young, and were going to have fun with our families. Or so I thought. Fun things don't last, and right around the time Yuzuki was going to graduate elementary school, Mayumi had developed an illness. How was it?
It was cancer.
Took a break from the store, and Mayumi started her cancer treatments. She lost her hair, lost a lot of weight, and continued to throw up every day. I felt so terrible that I couldn't do anything for her. Luckily, by the time Yuzuki was in 8th grade, Mayumi's symptoms had gotten better, and she was able to make a recovery to her job. I did what I could to support her by retiring early. I worked hard running the restaurant with her. I was always pretty good at cooking, and helped out often, so I was able to help out quickly.
Dad, this is really good!
I'm glad you think so. You're helping me be more confident.
Yeah, the regulars are also pretty excited for your food too. Some of them are coming for your cooking.
That's a great thing. I gotta keep working hard, huh? A few years passed and she didn't have a relapse. I felt that if this kept going, I could live my life happily with her. But then the store sales started to decline for some reason. I was cooking mostly because I was worried for Mayumi's health. Why? My cooking should still be good. I would occasionally have Mayumi check my cooking, so I couldn't believe that my cooking skills had declined. What am I doing wrong? I cleaned the store every day, and I made sure that I was never rude to my customers. Yo, Yujiro! What's up, man? You look upset. Oh, what's up, Koji? I just got done with my outside sales. Is now a bad time? Oh no, you're good. If you want, I can cook you some lunch. It'll be simple but quick. Thanks, man. That'd help a lot. Weren't you sighing a second ago? You alright? I can listen if you want. Actually, my sales are pretty bad right now. I think I might have to say goodbye to this place soon. Koji thought about it after he heard what I said. Maybe it's the exterior, huh? The exterior? I mean, I don't want to rag on your store, but it's pretty old, and the looks are, well, bad. That's true. I think we haven't done anything for over 40 years now. Yeah, when the store looks like this, it's tough for new customers to give it a shot. If you saw a nice-looking store and an old and busted store, you'd go to the cleaner one, right? True. How about you renovate the store, huh? But I don't have that kind of money. I knew that Koji worked at a bank, but apparently he's working with loans too. He's working in special loans directed towards sole proprietors as well. I couldn't think of anything else to do, so I spoke to Mayumi about it, and we borrowed some money and renovated the exterior. Alright, it looks great now. I'm sure there will be more customers now. However, the customers only showed up for a few months after the renovation. What else am I supposed to do? Something else happened while I was worried. My wife's cancer had showed up again.
I'm okay. I can do this on my own. You take care of the store, okay?
Yeah, I will. You get better too. You have to believe.
Yeah, I know. I'll be back, I promise.
Mayumi fought hard, but...
Mom! Mom, wake up!
Mayumi! After fighting for a long time, she left this world at a young age of 50. She never made it back to the kitchen like she wanted. I couldn't do anything for a long time. Yuzuki, who had already grown independent of me and started living alone, was worried about me and would come check on me from time to time. Some of the regulars would come by my house too. Hey Yamase, you alright? You're not going to cook anymore? They were all worried for me.
Mom kept saying protect the store till the very end. Are you sure you want to close shop like this?
Yeah, she did say she wanted to protect this store. About a month and a half after her passing, I reopened the store. However, I just couldn't get more people coming in. Eventually, I started using my savings to pay back the loan.
Dad, are you alright? You look sick. And you look like you lost weight too.
I'm alright. I'm just dieting to prevent obesity.
If you need help, just talk to me.
You don't have to worry about it. Just focus on your life. I didn't want to bother Yuzuki. I wanted to do my best to restart my business. I learned how to make my own website, studying on my own, and started advertising my store. Koji kept coming back and talking to me because he was worried. You might want to close up shop before you're too far in debt. He would often advise me to close up, but I'm going to keep my promise. No matter what, I'm protecting this store. At first, I kept telling myself I'd do it. But 2 years after Mayumi's death, I was almost at the end of my savings, and I couldn't keep the store up anymore. If I just use up all of my savings, and all I have are loans, how am I supposed to live after I'm too old to work? Yuzuki would help me because she was kind, but I don't want to drag her into this mess. I just have to close up shop. Mayumi, please forgive me. I couldn't protect the store. I'm sorry. When I was talking to a photo of her, the door suddenly opened. Yuzuki was standing there. Yuzuki, sorry, but Dad's going to close up shop. I'm just gonna go find a regular job and try to pay off the debt and come up with my retirement funds. I smiled as best I could, but I wondered what it looked like to her. She was staring into my eyes. She smirked and said,
It's alright. It'll work out.
Yuzuki?
Just trust me and keep going.
But if I keep going, I'm just going to be in more debt.
You know the regulars that keep coming? If you quit, they're going to be sad.
I mean, yeah, but...
Also, next month is Mom's birthday. You should at least keep going for 2 more months, at least until her birthday.
Afterwards, at least until her birthday. I kept repeating that in my head and kept pushing like she suggested. I figured I would keep going this month anyway to say goodbye to all of my regulars. I was just extending it to Mayumi's birthday. Then all of a sudden, is there room for 4? Yeah, of course. Sit anywhere you like. Wow, it's actually really nice in here, huh? It smells good too. What are y'all gonna eat? I'm gonna get the trout with horseradish and fried tofu, just like I saw it on Instagram. There was a large group of young kids that showed up, which was pretty rare. I was really surprised, but genuinely happy. I couldn't believe I could cook for a young group of people at the very end. However, the new customers didn't stop there. Office workers, college students, housewives, it didn't stop. Some would keep coming back as well. Did you talk to your friends or something?
Did it work? Did you get more customers?
Yeah, this week alone, I've made more than twice what I did all of last month.
Great! I'm sure you'll be able to get something out of it. I guess my social media skills are pretty good, huh?
Social media skills?
I'm actually an influencer. Do you know what an influencer is?
Yuzuki would use social media as a tool to advertise stores and goods as work. She worked on a live streaming site too, and apparently, she had several tens of thousands of followers. Wow, you've really outdone yourself, Yuzuki.
Leave it to me, Dad. You could have told me sooner, though. I would have helped you out. Don't keep it to yourself.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't realize the skills you had. Afterwards, we kept having more and more customers, and I didn't have to dig into my savings anymore. The next week, I was able to report good things to Koji, who came by worried. However, dude, you can't run this store like this. It's alright, I can pay back, no problem at this place. It's not that easy. Look, this is how many customers I have now. You see it growing? At this rate, stop! Why? Huh? Koji suddenly slammed the table. You should have just gone under, damn it! Koji? I thought you were rooting for me. Why the hell would I root for you? You and Mayumi both rejected me! Both of you should just go to hell! You suggested the loan because... Yeah! I wanted you all to suffer from debt! He didn't suggest the renovation and goodwill. I thought we had worked out our differences. I was shocked at this revelation. He left the store, and I was too shocked to even say anything back. Afterwards, I told Yuzuki about what happened, and...
That Koji guy, what's his last name?
Yasuda.
I knew it.
What's up?
This guy with the initials YK is writing bad reviews about this everywhere.
What? According to Yuzuki, the same guy with the same username was just bashing the store. From what she found, right around the time I stopped getting new customers was right when this user started writing bad reviews.
The account name itself is different, but it's the same person, so you can tell by how they write things.
All of this... Koji...
Probably. I can't say for sure though, so if you want proof, you need to ask the sites to figure out who it is. Hey, Dad, my friend is a lawyer. He's pretty good with this kind of thing. Can I talk to him?
Yeah, sure. Afterwards, although it took half a year, we were able to find that all of the slander was from Koji. I called up Koji to question him, but it all makes sense now. I started losing customers right around the time you started slandering me. Huh, I just wrote my reviews. Facts. The store's food sucks and the store owner is rude. Facts. How about there's trash in the food and there were bugs all over the store? Those aren't facts. That's just a little exaggeration, but if the customers stop from that, the store is shit anyway. You got put in your place. Okay, that's your answer, huh? I officially sued Koji. He kept laughing, saying that he did nothing wrong. The next month, he came back to my store, crying. Why did you tell my boss? I'm fired now! My wife left me, and she took the rest of child support without saying a thing! You better take full responsibility! Apparently, when I told Koji about how my worker for the loans was sketchy, they all figured out what Koji did. He was asking around the company, seeing what was going on, and figured out with how bad of an attitude he had and how he was laundering money, he was fired. Afterwards, I sued him and was able to sue him for a pretty hefty amount. If you come again, I'm going to call the police. Don't come near me or my store ever again! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! I don't know what happened to him after that. I don't really care. The store was still doing great, and everything was good. Yuzuki started suggesting things like cafes during lunch, and her friends started paying rent to run a lunchtime cafe in my store. I didn't even think about a shared restaurant. You're seriously something else.
Thanks. I'm glad I could help.
I'm sure Mayumi is thanking you in heaven, too.
I hope so. Let's keep working hard, Dad.
Yeah. Mayumi, I'm able to work hard at this because you left me with this store. Keep looking down on me from time to time, okay? I'm going to protect this store for as long as I breathe.
My name is Hiroki. I'm the store manager and CEO of an imported goods store. I'd always been interested in visiting different countries, so I hit it off with Kotaro, the owner of the store I manage. By the way, Kotaro currently lives overseas. I'd been talking about the store finances and whatnot online with him. I have something interesting that I got from Spain that I'm going to be sending back. I saw the photos. It looks really good, and I think the animal design is going to be a hit with women. Right? I started getting along with the artisan who was making it, so I talked to him about a potential collab. We were thinking about making something that was with the zodiac signs. A collab between Japan and Spain, huh? I think it's a great idea. We gotta sell more so he's more comfortable working with us, huh? Kotaro went on site to the vendors who were willing to work with us and sell furniture. We wanted to spread beautiful things from overseas to Japan. I really hit it off with Kotaro about that ideology and quit my job working at a small furniture store. I had started working as a store manager and CEO of his goods store. The company was small, but I really felt like I was making a difference. I decided to propose to my girlfriend as my professional life was also coming into fruition. Please marry me, Ayumi. I want you to be family.
I'm so happy. I was waiting for you to ask me. Yes, a million times, yes!
Her name was Ayumi. She was a high school classmate, and I met her at a class reunion a year ago. She'd been married before and has a 5-year-old daughter named Akari. Akari-chan, hello!
Hello.
Hey, you two are going to be dad and daughter. Don't be so formal.
But she's gotta get used to it, you know? I don't have her blessing to call her my daughter yet.
You're going to be my new daddy?
Yeah, if you're okay with it.
I'm so okay with it. I was thinking that it would be really nice if you were my daddy.
She really liked me, and I really thought she was basically my daughter. That's how we started living life as a family of 3. She was working as a single mother this whole time, so I told her that she could stay at home if she wanted to take care of things in the home front.
I want to be with Akari more.
I was totally okay with it. Akari was still young and she was struggling after the divorce, so I wanted him to live a happy and relaxed life. Work was fulfilling. I have a lovely wife and daughter waiting for me at home. I was living my life happily for a few years. I was having a regular meeting with Kotaro when, why don't you come over and we can have a talk for the first time in a while, huh? He invited me out. I haven't been able to go on vacation recently, so maybe I'll take some time off and use it as some sort of vacation, huh? Yeah, you should do that. You can just use the company card, huh? I've even got a recommended hotel. What, seriously? Oh, I think my wife and daughter would be happy to hear that. I said absolutely to his offer and went to see Kotaro overseas. They both had never been overseas, so I was excited to tell them we'd be going. However...
Huh? A meeting with the owner?
Yeah, but we'll be done with the meeting in half a day, so we can go out and relax for the rest of the stay.
That's nice, but owner?
Yeah, the owner of our company.
Does that mean he's the CEO?
No, I'm the CEO, but the company's owned by him, and I'm just working as a CEO.
Oh, I see.
She understood the words coming out of my mouth, but didn't seem to understand that there was someone above me. She was happy about the vacation, and Akari was jumping around excitedly too, so I forgot about the whole thing and started enjoying the vacation. The first day of the vacation, we got off the several-hour-long flight and headed over to Kotaro's house. His house was quite the mansion. Land and real estate is a lot cheaper here than in Japan. Akari saw this and said,
It's like a castle.
she was excited. I left my wife with Kotaro's wife to have a meeting with Kotaro for a few hours. Finished it in one day and was supposed to enjoy the rest of the vacation, but Ayumi just didn't seem to be in a good mood. After we returned to Japan, I asked her why when,
It's because I found out you weren't a super rich CEO that loves to travel overseas.
huh?
You told me all about going overseas and your trips while you were dating. That's why I thought you were just successful while also enjoying your hobby. This is basically a scam.
A scam? It's true that maybe I'm not as rich as she thought, but I'm definitely not hurting for money. But she wanted to live more like Kotaro and his wife, and seeing them in person only stirred up her jealousy. I calmed her down and we moved on, but something changed after that. She just kept complaining about everything.
Hey, Akari, you want to live in a house with a yard too, right? You want to live in a house that big, right?
She wanted to have the only daughter on her side. She kept saying things that were clearly directed against me. She probably complains about me to Akari while I'm at work too. At first she was just kind of ignoring it, but eventually, Akari started going along with it. I gotta work hard and show her what's what. I became very small in the family and started working hard. Time passed, and I was in my mid-40s. I was still working as a stand-in CEO, but sales were declining. We started pushing our goods to other department stores, but there were fewer stores as well. However, even though I couldn't buy a mansion, I was making more than enough to live very comfortably. My wife and daughter still treated me all the same. If anything, they started buying random things using my card, now that I was making more money. I kept warning them, but
What? You're going to complain now that I'm finally able to buy what I want? I waited for so long and I can't buy any brand name things?
I didn't say don't buy any, but don't buy too much. You don't need 5 purses.
She bought them for me, so it makes sense. Stop complaining, sheesh.
Akari, don't talk to your father like that.
What? Stop acting like my dad. You can't even give us a good life.
She's totally right. What a loser.
They kept going on, and eventually, I just gave up. I didn't know what to do anymore. Then one day, Akari said,
I'm going to get married.
out of the blue, "What? You just graduated college."
I mean, I met the person of my dreams. He's an ex-CEO in line for Waido department store. I can't just let him go. Wow, great job, Akari. You are my daughter after all.
Huh? Waido department store?
Yeah, you jealous? Your shitty stores are also leeching off of him, right? In other words, I'm going to be above you in all respects.
She said, smiling. At first, I thought this smile was cute. Only at first, though. Do whatever you want.
Of course I am. I didn't tell you to get permission.
I know that she wasn't going to ask my blessing, but we had to see his parents and go to the wedding. No matter how much she hates me, I'm her father. I had to go to both. However,
No, I don't want you to come to either. Honestly, let's just cut off our ties, huh?
what?
Come on, you're the CEO, sure, but your stores are dwindling.
It's only a matter of time before your stores all close down. I don't want this loser old fart to be my family. Mom said that once I marry into wealth, she won't need to be stuck with an old fart like you anymore either.
Yeah, I really wanted to get a divorce sooner, but I didn't have any money. But now I'm free from your ass thanks to Akari.
You must be happy, Mom. So yeah, bye.
Huh? They were cackling and I just froze up. But that was just for a second. Seriously? You do that for me? I couldn't help but grin.
What the hell? Why are you grinning? Gross.
Oh, I was just so thankful that this happened. Oh, take a look at this. I showed a photo that I had on my phone. It was Ayumi walking into a hotel with a young man.
What? What is this?
Well, you know, I was considering divorce for a while now too. But I figured that you'd try to come after my wealth if I said we should get a divorce. So I was looking for a way to not have to do that. Then I found your affair. I had placed cameras in the living room to catch the verbal abuse I had received constantly. I'm sure a voice recorder would have sufficed, but I'm sure these two morons would have said it wasn't them, so I decided on cameras. Then one day, there was footage of Ayumi bringing in a man. I thought it was my chance, so I hired a PI to investigate into the matter. You knew about it too, right, Akari?
So what? It's your fault for not having a future. Hey, Akari, stop! You're going to have to make me pay for damages.
My darling will take care of it. It's just one affair, and you think you're so amazing? Disgusting.
Okay then, I'll sue you for damages, I guess.
Sure, whatever. Right, Mom?
Yeah, your husband is really rich. I'm sure he'll help us out.
I thought that there was no way in hell they would do that, but whatever, if anything. Man, Waido department store? Yeah, it would be a walk in the park for him. I made sure they would rely on him. Why? Because the second I heard who she was going to marry, I saw the future where I send these devils back to the depths of hell. I charged Ayumi for emotional damages from daily verbal abuse and having an affair. I was able to get $50K. She probably couldn't bring it up with her darling before the marriage, so she borrowed money from her parents to pay it off in one go. Her parents were furious, but she apparently told them that she had a way to get the money back quick, and they agreed. I was going to live alone with the money I received from damages, but I talked to Kotaro about it and he made a suggestion. A few months later, I was enjoying my new life when Akari called me.
Daddy, please! Give me money!
Well, what about your rich darling? Did he find out about you and your daily abuse along with the whole hiding the affair thing through an investigation before you two got married?
What? How did you know?
Because I'm really good friends with the CEO of Waido department stores. I knew she'd come crying to me. She said that I leech off of Waido department stores, but that's not entirely true. If anything, the CEO of the store is a huge sucker for going overseas and loved our store. I was considering divorce to begin with, so I didn't say anything to them, but the CEO of Waido department store said, "If possible, we'd love to have your store open exclusively to our department stores." He was pushing for better than average pay and positioning in return for exclusivity. We slowly reduced the amount of stores open because we were moving toward the online market as well. We did indeed see a slight decline in sales, but it was temporary. Sales are doing much better than before we closed the stores now. So yeah, he asked me about the divorce and I didn't want to talk bad about you two. I just gave them recordings of your verbal abuse.
What? How dare you! I lost my engagement and I'm being sued! Mom told Grandpa that she couldn't pay them back and they're threatening to force us to live with them!
That's great. They live in a huge place and it's gotta be nice having a place to live, right? Her parents ran a farm. It was pretty big too, so I'm sure if they go back there, they would have to help around the farm. They couldn't just hang around watching TV or Netflix anymore.
Please, give me money, just for the damages, for daughter and father!
What? Are you serious? You said that I was shitty.
I'm so sorry, please help! Mom and I are going to be sent off!
I think that's for the best, to be honest. I'm living alone overseas now, so I'd really appreciate it if you stopped bothering me. That was a suggestion from Kotaro. The store managers of each of the stores were starting to really get the hang of things, so I didn't need to be there anymore. That's why this divorce was a great chance for me to move overseas and help him with his job finding new items to sell.
What? Overseas? You're not in Japan? I was going to live in your house, so we sold our house and everything! Why didn't you tell me?
You cut ties with me, remember? You said you wanted it. That's what happens when you betray people. You get hurt back. You should use this as an opportunity to fix that rotten personality of yours. It's my final wish as your ex-father. Good luck!
Wait,
I hung up because she wouldn't stop begging. I've heard from the CEO of the department stores that the two were sent back to the farm and have been helping around the farm as a way to repay their parents. I blocked Ayumi and Akari, and since I was no longer in Japan, I have no idea what happened to them. I don't intend to meet up with them anymore, but my final wish was genuine. Although we weren't related biologically, she was my daughter at one point. I wanted to pray that she could live an honest life and decided that I would face my work head on. I'm an ordinary businessman. I work at an ad agency. We worked in teams. Communication was key. But I was terrible with people. I always kept to myself. I had this bruise on my face and it made me really insecure. And they always made me do the grunt work.
Usaki, these numbers are all wrong. Check them again.
Oh, that? I got those from Ikokawa. What? No, it wasn't me.
You again? Ugh, stop making excuses. Fix it.
Sorry. People blame me for things I didn't even do. Naturally, my boss didn't trust me. My career was going nowhere. I know I should say something, but I just couldn't. So, I decided to tough it out. I told myself that things would get better soon. But I was wrong. 10 years went by, but nothing really changed.
Zaki, you're being promoted to section chief next month. I'm counting on you.
Thank you, sir. All of my colleagues were getting promoted. This job wasn't for me, but I didn't have the guts to quit either. And things weren't that good at home either.
So, when are you getting married? You're gonna turn 40 next year.
My parents were always pressuring me to get married. It was really annoying. Then,
This is my friend's daughter. Pretty, right?
they tried to set me up with someone.
If you're worried about the bruise, just wear makeup. You'll be fine, honey.
I wanted to get married, sure, but I was terrible with women. I wanted to run away, but my parents insisted, so I said yes to get them off my back. Then, a few days later, I borrowed makeup from my mom and covered my bruise. You can barely see it.
Don't rub your face, it'll come off.
I know. Hello. I opened the door. There was a woman wearing a kimono. She looked over at me, but looked away. Looks like she was in a bad mood or something.
Ah, please sit.
Hello. I'm Hirotake Igogawa.
He's handsome. You look even better in person. Come on, introduce yourself.
I'm Yuka Yukiura.
Sorry, she's just shy, that's all.
It's okay. Our dads did most of the talking. She just sat there, staring at the floor. Then, about an hour later,
All right, we'll be going now. Yeah, I'll come pick you up in an hour or so. Have fun.
they left the room. It was really awkward. I waited for her to say something, but nothing. Oh, I know. Want to go get some fresh air? There was a nice river out front. How about we take a walk?
Okay, sure.
I had to say something, so I suggested that we go take a walk. It's really nice out today.
Yeah.
It was still awkward, but it was better than sitting in that room doing nothing. A few minutes later, we got to the river. She started walking down the steps to go near the water. Hey, you okay? Don't fall now. She didn't say anything, though. She just kept walking down the stairs. We just stared at the water for a while. Then, after a little while, she started talking.
I have a crush on someone. And the river reminds me of him. I don't even know his name, though. I know it sounds dumb, but I can't forget about him.
She said with a sad look on her face. Her dad brought her here against her will, just like me. I better wrap this up. She doesn't want to be here. Let's go back. It's a bit chilly.
Okay.
So we started heading back. But then, she fell down.
Ah!
It wasn't easy walking in a kimono. You okay?
Yeah,
I think she twisted her ankle. Here, get on.
Oh, I'm fine, really.
You can't walk up the stairs like that. Come on, I'll call a cab.
Thanks. You okay?
I'm fine. I used to be on the swim team years ago in high school. But that was years ago. I was in pretty bad shape. But somehow, I made it up the stairs. I was sweating like crazy by the time we got up on top.
Thank you. You okay? Here, use this.
Thanks. I wiped myself down. But then... Ugh! Crap! The makeup! I completely forgot about it! The makeup got all over her handkerchief.
Everything okay?
I'm fine. Sorry about your handkerchief. I'll get you a new one. I tried to hide my bruise, but it was too late. There's no point in hiding it now. People who gross up on my bruise should probably react the same way, but I didn't even care anymore. Sorry about this. I know it's pretty gross.
Wait, hold on. Can I take a closer look?
Huh? Okay. What was she doing? She came closer and checked out my bruise. She didn't say anything for a while, so I looked over at her. For some reason, she was crying? Why are you crying?
I'm so happy. I finally found you!
Huh?
Many years ago, when I was in elementary school, I was playing with my friends by the river, but then the water level rose. I was trapped in the middle of the river. Help! I panicked, All I could do was call for help. People started gathering around me, but nobody tried to help me.
This is bad. Where's the ambulance?
I was ready to give up, but then... this man jumped in the water, swam towards me, and got me to safety.
You okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Whew.
I looked up. He had this bruise on his face. You're hurt. Was this my fault?
No, it's a birthmark. No worries.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine, really. Don't worry about it. I know it's kind of gross.
No, it's not. Up close, it looks like a kitty cat.
Nobody's ever said to me before. Thanks.
You okay?
Then the rescue team arrived. They took me to the hospital for some tests.
I wanted to thank him again, but he was gone. I didn't even get his name. It was love at first sight. I couldn't forget about him. I've been looking for you for years.
Wait, you're that little girl?
Yes, you remember me?
It was a while ago, but I remembered. I wasn't expecting to run into her like this.
I'm sorry I was so rude to you earlier.
Oh, it's fine. No worries.
You think I can see you again?
Sure. I'm an old man, though. We started spending some time together after that. Then, after a few dates, we decided to go out. Unlike me, she was very social. She took me to all kinds of places, and she was really nice to me.
That looks great on you. You're so tall, everything looks good on you. You're an amazing singer.
She made me feel much better about myself. I felt really comfortable around her. I was much older than her, but that didn't really matter. She really helped me with my self-esteem. This had a good effect on me at work, too. Hey, I need you to copy these. Go! Sorry, but I can't. I got a meeting with a client after this. What?
He changed. Yeah, I kinda like him.
Ikokawa, you did well this month. Keep it up.
Thank you, sir. Asshole. But then, one of our members messed up at work. He forgot about an appointment with the client, then sent an apology email to the wrong recipient. He sent out some sensitive information. And the guy responsible? He didn't show up to work the next day. He knew he was screwed, so he probably made a run for it. That morning, we all had to put our work aside and deal with the situation. Uzaki was the section chief, so he was supposed to take the lead, but... The client is furious! They want an apology! Ikokawa, you go! Go apologize to them right now! What? Why me? You were on the same team, and you're older than him! This is partially your fault. If we lose this account, it's on you. It was a big account we just got a few months ago. We couldn't afford to lose their business. I guess I had no choice. But I'm just an ordinary employee. They'll probably want to see someone in charge.
You're right. Uzaki, go with him.
But sir, I got other stuff to take care of.
You're the section chief. This is your responsibility. Handle it.
Yes, sir. The manager ordered Uzaki to go with me. Just follow my lead. Okay, it's a big company. They probably don't even remember his face. What is he talking about? We're terribly sorry. We're sorry. We're very disappointed in you. What happened? Well, the thing is, he messed up. He hit the wrong keys and... I'm so sorry. What? He tried to put it all on me. Is that true? What? He always did this, and I always let him walk all over me. But not anymore. Things were different now. I'm not gonna let him do this anymore. He's new, sir. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's useless. I'm really sorry. But before I could say anything, Uzaki interrupted me. Forget it. I don't even care anymore. But then... Wait. Is your name Hirotaka Yogawa? Yeah. I knew it. I'm Yuka's older brother. Huh? What? She always talks about you. I knew I saw you somewhere. What are the odds? It was Yuka's brother. I wasn't expecting this. He's not even the person in charge. You lying to me? What? Why did you bring him here anyways? You try to put the blame on him? I'm sorry. And, he's not useless. He saved my sister's life. He's a hero. What? He's the most brave person I know. But you, look at you. You can't even take responsibility. Instead, you're trying to blame it on someone else. Pathetic. Look, I like him, so I'll let this slide. But under one condition. I don't want to ever see you again. Thank you, sir. What? After that, Zaki got a demotion. Things got really awkward for him, and a few months later, he ended up leaving the company. A few weeks later, Yuka's brother introduced me to a new client, and I got a big promotion. Things were finally starting to go my way. Then, a few years later, Yuka and I got married. Yuka, thanks for everything. You saved me.
What are you talking about? You're the one that saved me.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. And the bruise on my face, I wasn't ashamed of it anymore. If anything, I was proud of it. It was a rough couple of years, but glad everything worked out.
My name is Rie. I have a sister that's 2 years younger than me, Kana. She's really sweet and looks good too, so she's a neighborhood idol. My parents would always buy her things because she was so cute. I want new clothes too.
You're the older sister, so you should just wait it out. You're seriously cute no matter what you wear.
I didn't like my sister because everyone gave her anything she wanted. Kana actually looked down on me as well. But the second there was someone else around, she would pretend like we were the best siblings ever. As proof, when it's just us. Wait, where's my favorite pen? I bought it with my allowance.
What, this one? No! All the cute things are mine. You don't look good with them.
Mom, Kana broke my pen.
Kana wouldn't do such a thing.
But this is how she kept bothering me when no one else was around. Her attitude kept escalating. When I was in middle school, she found out about a boy I liked, and by next month, she was on his arm. You did that on purpose, right?
What are you talking about? If you like him, you should go for him. I mean, it's pretty obvious that he's just going to reject you with how ugly you are.
If she's going to go for my crushes, I can't tell her anything. I'm going to go to a college in Tokyo and live alone. That's when I swore to leave and started studying hard. I was able to go to the college I wanted to go with all of my efforts. I started living alone at the same time that I started college. This is so nice. The college is so nice too. It's like restarting my life.
Whoa! Let's all go drink!
Woo!
That must be the party crowd. I really don't want to be a part of that. At this point, I didn't realize that I would ever have any connection to those people. 1 month later, I borrowed too many books.
You alright?
Thanks.
Oh, hey!
The person that talked to me was one of the party crowd people that I saw the other day.
I read this book too.
Huh? That's surprising.
It's pretty interesting, huh?
Yeah. After this day, he started talking to me more often. His name was Ryohei. He looked pretty loose and easy, but he was apparently pretty straight-edged. Hey, you're around me often, but shouldn't you spend more time around your friends?
My friends? What do you mean?
I don't know their names, but like, the party people.
Party people? You're pretty funny. I want to talk to you more. I want to get to know you better, you know? You seem like you're a hard worker, and you speak so well. The more I find out about you, the more I fall for you. Rie, please, be my girlfriend.
I was seriously confused by the sudden confession.
Hello, Earth to Rie.
Yes, please.
Yeah!
That's how I started dating him. Everything from there was straight out of a fairy tale. My love life and my academic life were all good. I graduated college in 4 years' time. I found a job at a nice big-time company, and 2 years flew by. Then, suddenly, an uninvited guest showed up in my life. Hello? Huh? Ryohei?
Coming in? Wow, your room is so bland.
What? Why are you here? Mom, why is she here?
Kana's over there now, right? Let her live there till she finds another place to stay. Your older sister, take care of her. If you bully her like you used to or chase her out, I swear.
This is the worst.
Well, you heard her.
I know. Find your room and leave ASAP.
Oh, I got this.
Don't answer the door without my...
Whoa, look at this good-looking guy.
Yo, Rie! This your friend?
I'm her sister Kana. Who are you? Her boyfriend?
I didn't know you had a younger sister. She's so cute.
Aw, you're so sweet. I'm actually in a talent agency too.
What? That's crazy!
I hadn't told him that I had a younger sister. I had no good memories with her, and I wanted to make sure he didn't want to meet her. Hey, Mr. Boyfriend, let's trade contact info.
Yeah, sure.
Huh? The two were getting along great to my great displeasure. They even traded their contact info. I was worried, but then she smirked at me. This bitch is up to something again. I told myself that Ryohei wouldn't fall for my younger sister. I was worried, but I trust him. I decided to see where things went. However, they seemed to get along more and more. They were closer than ever before. Hey, Ryo-chan!
What, Kana?
She's given him a nickname, and now he's being so casual around her. You two are a little too close, don't you think?
Really? You aren't jealous, are you?
What, sis? Don't be such a child. You remember when you told me that I can't play with some people. That's not what's happening. I wanted to tell Ryohei how she really was, but if I tell him that I'm jealous of my younger sister, he might dislike me. That's how it's always been. Telling her to quit won't do anything either. She'll just be happy that she's getting under my skin and escalate things further. I just had to let things play out. Then one day, I got a call from Ryohei. He's just cold calling me. That's weird. Something felt off.
Hey, I've got something important to talk to you about. Are you free next weekend?
Yeah, I am. I'm free too. Can you shut up? Oh, who cares? Come on, give it to me. Wait, hey! There's some things I want to get for my parents' house, and you have a car, right? Can you bring me the car next weekend? Why don't you talk about your stuff in the car?
Huh? Okay, sure. It's a good opportunity for me to meet your family, too.
No! Why? Come on. He's saying he wants to see your parents.
Rie won't tell me about her family at all.
That's because I've always just changed the subject when he brought up my family. He must have been extra curious about them because I never talked to them about our family. They both pushed me into agreeing. I wonder what the important talk is. I don't feel good about this. That weekend, we all got in Ryohei's car and headed to my parents' house. It took 3 hours on the highway and we finally made it. Welcome home. It's been a while, huh, Rie? And who is...
Nice to meet you, ma'am. I'm Ryohei.
He's good looking, right? He's Sis's boyfriend now. Only now, though.
He is good looking. I figured it was your boyfriend, Kana.
Seriously, you two would be the perfect couple. They were still the toxic parents I remembered them to be. Oh, how about you eat dinner here? You too, Ryohei.
Are you sure?
Yeah, of course. Let's eat here. We ended up eating dinner, and for some reason, Kana was sitting next to Ryohei. He's getting along with my father, who is normally pretty quiet. He got along with my family better than I did.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
My parents started saying things I couldn't believe when he stepped out. Ryohei is really a good guy, huh? I actually like Ryo-chan too. He seemed into me too, so can you just back off, sis? What are you talking about? I could feel my heart start to race. I didn't want to believe it, but she wanted to take him all along. Oh, come on, you're her older sister. Just hand him over.
You're already employed, so you can just live alone for the rest of your life. I would feel so much better if he was with Kana living alone in Tokyo. It's perfect.
If we get married, you'll be his family too. It's perfect. They were all going off and not stopping when Ryohei came back. Ryohei.
Can I talk to you about the important thing?
Wait, now? He sat down and Kana sat right next to him in a hurry. What's the important thing? He's not going to say that he wants to date my sister, right? We've stayed together for so long, and I'm going to have everything taken from me again, just because she's more attractive. I was worried, but I just had to hear what he had to say.
You're really cute, Kana.
Oh, stop it.
Your face is cute. That's it. You're a disgusting human.
Huh? Ryohei said that as a matter of factly before facing my parents.
I understand why she didn't want to talk to me about her parents. I heard everything you guys were saying. You've always been treating her like shit, right? Treating her like shit? What the hell do you know? Handing things over to your little sister is expected. Rie was employed at a big-time company and Kana works at a talent agency. If I didn't raise them right, they wouldn't be this amazing. Rie was able to find a good job because she worked extra hard. Also, Kana tries to steal her sister's boyfriend. Do you want to see the conversation?
He took out his phone and showed everyone the text messages. You could see Kana trying to seduce him time and time again.
You should just come with me instead of my sister. I won't mind. Want to go on a date with me? I want to see you. I love you.
I honestly can't believe someone with such a cute face can be so rotten. And what the hell are you talking about? Sharing and giving someone up like their property. I'm a human being. I can choose for myself. I would never let go of this beautiful woman just to choose this rotten one.
What? Who are you calling rotten?
Oh, you're stupid too, huh? I'm talking about you. Oh, should I just call you Thirst Trap?
What? How dare you? They must not expected someone who was being so calm a second ago to be blowing up like this. My parents were also put in their place and they just didn't say anything else.
So yeah, I'd like to marry Rie. No, I'm going to marry her. I'm not giving her back to this shitty family. Let's go.
Huh? Ryohei grabbed my hand and we ran out of the house. We were driving the whole time in dead silence. I was just surprised the whole time and still didn't understand what happened. Did he just propose to me? Ryohei eventually stopped the car at a service area.
Want to get out for a sec?
Sure. It was completely dark and the area was lit up with stars, shining like little jewels in the night sky. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Ryohei whispered before taking a deep breath and kneeling.
I wasn't supposed to say it a second ago, but let me retry. Will you marry me?
Huh? Oh!
Wait, what? It should be a resounding yes, right?
Of course! I'd love to. That's how we were engaged. I did invite my parents to the wedding, but when we explained everything to his parents, they understood. They were very accepting of me, and I got along with his mother as well. I'm pregnant now, and I couldn't wish for anything more. On the other hand, my sister, not used to rejection, couldn't give up on Ryohei. She eventually ended up waiting in front of his job.
You really like me, right?
Is this the police? My friend is being attacked by his stalker!
Kana was detained by the police and released when they found out she was related, but she has lost all motivation to leave after that. She used to be working at a talent agency, but because of this whole thing, she was released from the agency as well. It wasn't like she was super active anyway, so it wasn't that big of a deal to begin with. There was probably no merit to the talent agency to keeping her around. This whole thing became news to everyone around my parents' house, and my parents were also pushed out of all the social circles.
Daddy!
Pick me up!
You both are so adorable.
Ryohei never picks and chooses and raises both of his kids with an equal amount of love. Looking at that was actually incredibly refreshing, and I felt like I was breaking the pattern. Ryohei, thank you for choosing me.
Huh? Did you say something?
Nope, nothing. There was a lot that happened, but I know for sure I'm a happy girl now.